Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's Thursday. It's Korner Booth pregame.
Hey, is this thing on? Hello, testing.
No debate, cause they sold. I'm too official, got the drip, I got the sauce. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, yeah. Still standing and defiant. Slay the competition, cause I'm walking like a giant.
What's up, Twitter world? There's my little OJ.
He's got an autographed OJ photo.
Has anybody heard the story about the Glizzy guy?
He fits today's generation. Like,
Oh yeah, speaking of lady basketball players, Lola Bunny, bonkable. Yes or no?
Gentlemen, welcome into the Korner Booth podcast. I am your host, Mr. Jared Clem. Yeah, I know. Nobody can see my shirt. I was waiting for somebody to make the joke tonight. Joining me now is, of course, my two co-hosts. Under the name Fire the Owner, it's, of course, Matt Ordazzo, a.k.a. Jake Smigglesworth, a.k.a. Swagoo. And, of course, below us is the Philly fanatic himself, wearing a snazzy UCLA jacket, Mr. Chris Lipoff.
Maserati, and you trying to party.
Also in the background is our epic producer, Dark Nate. He's got the hood up and everything. He's wearing Jedi robes today, apparently.
tired, boys, but it's okay. I'm glad to be here, man. I'll be in the background for most of this, but I hope you guys are well. Happy Monday. It's DeVito time.
You making cutlets?
I'm talking about that later. You can come back for that. We're talking about it in 10 minutes.
Come back for that one.
We need the show rundown. Doing things more organized now. All right.
Can't wait.
Well, and listen, yeah, so we'll talk about that. We got, obviously, we're bringing out all the big games this weekend. As promised, we have a couple headlines. We have a Mets headline. That despising garbage can slime ball of a franchise. They're almost as bad as those underperforming jackasses from the Bronx. Anyway, so I guess first off, fellas, how was your weekend? Did anybody do good gambling this week? I think I took it. The Cedric Tillman no touchdown destroyed my touchdown parlay. I had 3 out of 4. I would have won about $100. All my parlays, I lost a game here, lost a game there. Anybody do okay this weekend?
No, I parlayed the 6-pack, and it came down to the last game, which was Kansas City, and that was the money line I had, and that one failed. So
I feel, brother. It's happened to me twice this year.
I went 6 for 7 of the legs, and then my other one, it was a touchdown parlay that would have hit it. Jonathan Taylor got into the end zone instead of Anthony Richardson twice.
My college team lost to Florida, but we'll get to that later. My weekend was pretty rock. Honestly, I was doing all right because Eagles weren't playing. They won already, so
yeah, we were doing good.
Stress-free. It was a good day for football. A lot of missed kicks on Sunday. A lot of missed kicks.
Rough. Very rough. Justin Tucker, they're calling him, some commentators are now calling him washed. I think it's a little bit of an
That's crazy.
A little overreaction, but I think he has been a little sloppy this year.
I think it's a little
I mean, when you're consistent for so long, it's just, you as a kicker, you lose your rhythm a little bit, but I think he made like a 51-yarder in that Steelers game, if I'm not mistaken. I think he went like 1 of 3 between the poles, which is not what we're used to with Tucker, but he is having a bad year. I do have him in one of my fantasy leagues. And I don't want to drop him because I feel like if I drop him, he's going to get 20 points.
Dropping Justin Tucker it feels almost equivalent to if you were to drop like
cutting Tom Brady.
Yeah, it feels weird dropping him off your fantasy team. It's like parting ways with like if you had like a healthy Mike Evans, like you don't drop Mike Evans.
Yeah, you don't drop. Yeah,
no.
You don't drop.
It's just
I've had him sitting on my bench for like 6 weeks now. I'm waiting for him to come back. Yeah, Evans. I think
he comes back next week.
I'm hoping because I'm getting murdered.
I got him too, so I'm hoping.
Oh, I'm getting murdered. Also, by the way, I hate CJ Stroud. I'm no longer one of the Stroud boys.
Dropped out.
I dropped out. I've officially left. I'm now on the Herbert wagon. Dude was a menace last night. We'll talk about it. We got a couple headlines to talk about. First off, we got to talk about the biggest headline of sports weekend. We had some good fight. We had one good fight this weekend, and we had one awful headline fight. So, quick around the horn, boys. 1, did you watch the Tyson Paul fight? 2, did you win any money on it? 3, do you wish you had your night back? So I'll go first. Yes, I won money on it. Yes, I watched it. Yes, I wish I had my evening back. I was the Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor fight. Great. Yeah. Serrano got robbed. That was BS. She literally headbutted Serrano. The girl headbutted Serrano twice, but it's whatever. Shout out to Serrano's manager for calling the judges literally while they were still in the boxing ring. Awesome. That was cool. Tyson looked gassed after round 2 and looked like he wasn't trying to swing too hard at Jake Paul. It looked like it was a staged fight, which is really sad. But it was cool to see Mike Tyson. I could actually say I watched half of Mike Tyson box. So, Chris, did you? We'll go through the list with you. Did you win money? Did you watch it? And did you wish you had your evening back?
I mean, I probably would never have bet on this. I didn't.
You of all people, Mister, I've bet on Russian soccer.
Yeah, that was a dark time a few years ago betting on Russian soccer. But no, I mean, you kind of knew what it was going in. I really didn't give Tyson a chance. I mean, the guy is 60 years old. He's way out of his prime. When he was in his prime, he was electric. I mean, I've seen videos of Mike Tyson fight on YouTube, and he is insane. It's definitely one stage. It's a media grab. Netflix made the money. I mean, and I don't know if this happened to anybody else, but did anybody's Netflix freeze?
Oh, it happened. So it happened to everyone.
No, I'm talking about when his ass came out.
Oh yeah, no. It was a running joke. Netflix. So like, I was at my friend's house, and they're big social media people, but they're not really big like sports people. And they kept saying like, dude, everyone on Twitter is saying their Netflix is freezing. Their Netflix froze on Tyson's ass. I'm like, this is just awful. It was a bad look. I mean, it was just. I honestly, I was so upset because I could not make it to the main event or the Michael Chandler fight on the Saturday night. I was so sad because I was so tired because I had to stay up to watch that abomination. Matthew, did you win any money? Did you wish you had your evening back? Because I know you watched this.
Sounds like I can't hear him. You're on mute?
Yes. Yes, I wish I had my evening back. No, I did not win money. And of course I watched it. Well, technically, did I watch it? I had to watch it on TikTok streams because my Netflix was frozen. Like it wouldn't.
Shout out to Antonio Brown. Dude, Business Boom and CCESPN coming through. Dude,
I was watching it on his, and then I flipped over to TikTok because he kept talking on it. So then I was watching it on TikTok. But my Netflix was like, when I tell you I had that thing on since 8:00 in the afternoon, perfect reception. Amanda Serrano, I think, got robbed, in my personal opinion. Like you said, she was headbutting her multiple times. But if you're watching her fight, she would lean as she would punch. She would throw punches and lean her head forward, and it was just like it's almost like elbowing you. Like it would just brush off your head when she would lean forward. And the fact that she won with a point deducted is insane. But no, that fight was bad. It's you know what, I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes I really wonder, like, are these fights fixed? Because if you see the way he trained and then you see the way he fought, like it doesn't look like
he was just fighting his goal the entire time.
It doesn't look like he trained. It doesn't look like he fought the way he trained. So sometimes I wonder if they're like, I'm just getting this bag of money. I'm gonna let Paul win. I'm not saying it's fixed, but like sometimes it really feels like that. There's no way why he should have fought that way with his training. But then again, he's 58. He is one of the greatest boxers to ever grace this earth. Win or lose did not tarnish his resume, his career at all. It's win-win for him because he gets $50 million or $20 million, whatever the payout was. But I do wish I had that evening back because I couldn't even get the reception of that fight.
Yeah,
and now I don't know. Now Tyson, they're saying Jake Paul is going to dig up Muhammad Ali and fight his corpse because he only likes to fight older. He only fights older fighters that are 20 years past retirement, or he fights old, washed up, retired MMA fighters in a boxing match where they're not going to win because they're not boxers. No matter what you think, boxing is a lot different than MMA.
it's like asking a sniper to be an archer. It's just two different types of combat.
Yeah. And the one boxer Jake Paul did fight, Tyson, not Tyson Fury, the other one,
Tommy Fury,
whatever they get, Tommy Fury,
marked him.
Yeah, knocked him out cold. Jake Paul had, I think he knocked him out, but Jake Paul had no shot.
How better, who is Jake Paul's half owned by Jake Paul, by the way, literally put up a post of how Jake Paul keeps beating these fights, and they posted a photo on TikTok of him punching Tommy Fury, and the first comment was like, "Don't act like you beat Tommy Fury. He knocked your ass out cold." I was like,
"Yeah, let the record show Jake Paul is undefeated against non-boxing fighters and is 0-1 against an actual boxer."
He's I think he's gonna fight Joe Biden in a few months.
I love it. No, Jerry Jones. He didn't like how Netflix was bouncing off the signal and inside this Cowboy Stadium.
Would kill for him to fight Jerry Jones. It really reminds me of years ago when Floyd Money Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao fought, and how bad that was, and people were paying hundreds of dollars to see. Imagine how much do you think a ticket was to see Tyson versus Paul?
We could probably find that. Nate, you think you can find that for us if you have a second? How much the average ticket?
How big of a waste of money that is, dude.
It's got to be at least a couple $100.
Maybe more.
It's
also AT&T Stadium.
We're talking about expensive tickets. The other fight, Johnny Bones. Johnny Bones is my dude right now. Maddie knows how much of a big Johnny Bones fan I am. So
I love Johnny Bones, dude. I like him on drugs, off drugs. He's awesome.
I love him handing belts to presidents, doing the dancey dance.
He's awesome, dude.
John Jones is the man. John Jones obviously defeats Stipe to win or to retain his title. Just the spinning back kick is just brutal. Nate, what do you got?
So the average ticket was $78 per ticket, which will get you a seat in the upper deck. There are still 4 seats available, but that will cost over $1,900 per seat.
Oh!
So if you want to sit in the nosebleed where you're watching it on a TV, you got to pay probably around $100-something bucks after fees and taxes and everything.
Is that where Antonio Brown sat?
I think he sat in a suite.
Did he sit? Oh, he sat in a suite.
Yeah. Speaking of suites, we're going off topic. I'll put it in the chat. We'll talk about it later.
We'll talk. I'll try to fit it in. All right, we'll go quick on John Jones. Spinning back kick was brutal. Stipe was out. I mean, Stipe's 47 years old, man. You knew Johnny was going to beat him. He is considered one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. So good for John retaining his title.
Is he he's your favorite of all time? Can you guess who mine is?
What?
Can you guess who my favorite fighter of all time is?
Patty the Batty.
Oh, I really like Patty the Batty too. No, it's not Patty the Batty. It's not McGregor. I really like McGregor, but it's not McGregor.
Nick Diaz.
No, I'm not a Nick Diaz.
I love the Diaz brothers, man. They're just fun. There is a bar fight and a half.
He's a legend. He's a legend in the UFC ring.
All right, give me a clue.
His nickname's the Spider.
Oh,
Anderson Silva.
Love the Spider.
I saw him live in Brooklyn.
He's awesome.
I can't get over how the leg break after.
Oh, I know.
Which
one? I don't know where it was.
Oh, was that Matt? Yeah. Was that when you were there in Brooklyn?
No. That wasn't there because he won that fight, so that wasn't there.
Okay.
My other favorite UFC fighter was in a Christmas movie. He was in Drake and Josh's Christmas. He played Santa.
Oh my God!
Brock Lesnar?
Kimbo Slice.
Kimbo Slice.
What? Oh, rest in peace, by the way.
Kimbo Slice. I had his hat and everything.
Awesome.
All right. But yeah, John Jones, apparently the next fight, everyone wants him to fight Tom Aspinall, who I see John Jones a point how Tom Aspinall is annoying, but he is like the up-and-comer, and he wants to fight Alex Pereira, but I see why both sides. I don't know. I just want John, if he's going to fight Aspinall, I want him to knock Aspinall out and then walk off into the sunset like the GOAT of UFC he is. It's, a Pereira fight would be cool, but it's kind of just, it doesn't, like the Aspinall fight would shut my friends up who are UFC fans who've been giving me crap about Jones for years. And I'm just tired of hearing it. I'm like, he's the Michael Jordan of UFC. Just leave the man alone.
Where do you rank Conor McGregor?
I would say he's kind of like
top
this
5.
isn't even he's top 5. He's like a Larry Bird. He's the Larry Bird of you. You know what we should do for Thursday? We're gonna do UFC legends and their NBA counterparts.
See, I'm not.
I think he's a top 10, top 5 all time.
I'll probably have to study that, dude, because my neighbor's yapping. What are you yapping about? Your dog's fine. It's just people in Philadelphia, man. I don't get them.
Get that John out of here.
Get that. I can't even.
I've never heard you say the word John. I don't know if you're actually from Philadelphia.
Dude, there's a stereotype in Philadelphia that everybody says Sean. Half the people say John. The people who say John are the people that don't live here. And, well, about 25% of people here say John. It's a stereotype. It's like saying, if you're from New England, saying wicked.
Okay, so Nate is kind of shoehorning this one in there. Actually, I kind of like that we're doing this.
Dude, I could F that up right now.
Okay, so honestly, listen, the pizza doesn't look too bad. The tenders look okay. It depends on how much you're getting. But, like, the price, and Matt, according to you,
it was either that or $30 less.
$653?
In that area, yeah.
What the hell?
Speaking of pizza, did you guys see the dude at the Georgia Bulldogs game get that pizza that had barely any sauce on it and it was like a little circle? I'll have to send it if Nate can pull it up.
To get back on track quick, what I'll say real quick on John Jones. John Jones is the greatest fighter to ever step into the octagon in UFC, and you can have your own opinion as to who it is. Your opinion would be wrong, but John Jones is John. He might agree.
No,
John Jones
he will never agree with me just because he knows my favorite fighter.
Oh, he's got Korner, and that's why he's gonna. The fellow Irishman got to stick together. If I had the talent,
you gonna do nothing.
But no, John Jones, greatest UFC fighter. All history of UFC is John Jones. His only loss was because of those illegal elbows, which are now legal. And he wasn't beaten. He beat himself. He got disqualified. So nobody's ever finished him. I think he should fight Aspinall over Pereira. I think Pereira could actually take him. I'm honestly listen, Aspinall and Pereira are not the greatest ever, but they are at the top of their game in their prime. Respectfully, in their divisions, they are the best that they have right now, or one of the best at least. And you get an older John Jones versus a younger guy in his prime. At some point, age is going to take over. I think Pereira could take him. Not saying he won't win. I think Pereira could take him, but I think Aspinall, he will handle Aspinall.
The thing is with Pereira, the Pereira thing is interesting to me, is Pereira kind of reminds me of the Gustafsson fight back in 2018, right? Yeah, it was 2018, 2019, right before COVID. I remember this fight because Gustafsson was hanging with him, and then John pounced on him like a tiger, man. It was over.
See,
I think very similar to the Cormier fight in 2017, where he messes with him for about 2 rounds and pounces, and it's over.
I'm not insane when it comes to the UFC. I know some of the big heavy hitters, but I probably know 95% more of WWE than I know the UFC. I can tell you who won the 2009 Royal Rumble, then tell you who won this past main card on Saturday.
What was 2009? That wasn't Batista or.
That was Randy Orton. Randy Orton won. That was a legacy year.
Yeah,
that was a good era.
But Conor McGregor, I'll put him. He's top 5. I don't know where I put him in top 5, but in my top 5 would definitely have to consist of John Jones, Anderson Silva, GSP, Conor McGregor. You know what? Ronda Rousey might throw in there. I don't know.
Oh, she's a good one.
We gotta throw Ronda Rousey in the top 10.
Yeah, Holly Holm, bias on that.
Holly Holm too. Nunez, Cyborg. They're all good. All right, moving on.
I got one more.
What do you know?
One more, quick. Jared, Chuck Liddell is always at Eagles tailgates. Yes. Why is that?
Iceman Chuck Liddell.
The Eagles fan.
Is he? Is that guy from?
I don't know if he's from Philly, but I think I just heard he's a Birds fan. All right. Speaking of NFL, breaking news this morning, according to multiple sources across the NFL world, Danny Dimes is out. Tommy Cutlett, Cedar Grove zone, is in. Drew Lock will be the backup. It's Cutlett time, like my headline. So, my thoughts on this are, this is like just slapping on another deflated tire on the same car, but it's okay.
He's a spare.
It's like slapping a donut on a big wheel. It's not really gonna fix anything. But at the end of the day, listen, you couldn't keep Daniel Jones in there. I believe if he gets hurt, they owe him like, I think it's like, what, Nate? It's somewhere between 23 million. Holy smokes! Yeah,
I kind of hope he like slips going into like pretty.
He's gonna try to like commit insurance fraud.
Yeah, dude, I hope he slips on like a wet floor sign, and you guys just have to pay him.
And he gets like a sprained ankle. Nothing like serious, but
dude, that's what happened with Andrew Bynum when he didn't want to play for the Sixers. The guy got hurt playing bowling. He's just like, I don't want to play for you guys. I'm gonna get hurt at this bowling alley.
And then he got like a Tyler the Creator haircut, and just that was it.
Yeah.
All right, so thoughts on this? I will finish up right now. I mean, this still, they're gonna win one or two more games. Probably have a top 5 pick. Probably get Shadur or Ewers.
I doubt
no, because here's the problem. Look at the teams below them.
I know.
They're connected to going after Cam Ward.
And you know what it is, Jared? If you don't mind me interrupting for just a second,
what if they draft them?
Because I'm excited. I'm excited. I know you would, and I'm excited. But you do have a point, because to add on to that, DeVito has won games for us. He won games for us last year, which put us.
He's a nuisance for bettors.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. Like he's gonna win us some games, and everyone's gonna be complaining at the end of the season, like, because he was.
My favorite Giants quarterback of all time.
I'm excited, man.
Oh, mine's Opie. You kidding me? Eli Manning, baby.
Different quarterback under center, man. I'm super excited.
We owned Eli. Why do you hate Eli? We owned him.
The Giants currently are picking 5 right now in the draft. The only issue is that you've got the Titans and the Raiders in front of them. We're definitely going to take
Raiders.
Raiders are going to go Shador.
The Raiders are going to go Cam Ward.
Yeah.
Will
Cam
the Browns
Ward to the Raiders? Dude, I'm telling you, Antonio Pierce looks at Shador and Dion and goes, yeah, I don't want any part of that.
Dude, Primetime's taking over.
But will the Browns?
Dude, I'm so sick of this prime. I'm so sick of the whole prime going to the NFL headline. Dude, like, there are so many coaches who are more deserving of going there. Just because your kid who's a decently talented quarterback is going, no. I think what's going to happen is, I believe only one team in the top 5 before the Giants needs a quarterback. I believe that is the Raiders. The Raiders will probably take Cam Ward, especially if he finishes out the season the way he's been playing. I think he'll be the number 1 quarterback taken. I think at 5, then the Giants have a question. Do you want Shador or Ewers? And we're going to see which way the Mara family goes. Me and Dave had this conversation multiple times.
Well, I mean, here's
do you want the black quarterback or the white quarterback?
Hey, back in your box. Back in your box. Back in your box.
You're just shoving a guy in a cage.
Hey, yo.
Well, here's the thing, right? I got to live with Jaden Daniels as a commander for the rest of my life.
So this is just a twin misery thing? You don't even have there's no realistic reason for it.
So
it's gonna happen. Oh yeah,
I'm still on board with the Eagles. I mean, I know you will be if Cam Ward is a Giant, which is a possibility.
I would never leave the Eagles. I would take a bullet for.
No. I'm not saying switch teams. That's the farthest thing. What I'm saying. I'm saying is like.
No, but hatred of the Giants will grow exponentially.
You can't quit. You can't quit.
No. I'm quitting on respecting the Giants. I will they will now replace the Saints and the Cowboys at the top of the list. I will literally pray for the demise and downfall and the Cleveland Browning of the New York Giants. I pray for 30 years of pain and dismay for ruining Cam Ward's career, which they will do if they draft him.
You're like Thanos.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, I even have an infinity gauntlet around here somewhere. It's a little bottle opener. It's nice hand painted. It's beautiful.
Dude, I had the one with the beer holder. Put your hand in there.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Nice.
Dude, I want the Mjolnir with the bottle opener underneath it.
That's pretty sick.
Right? But yeah, so to my point, I think the best. I have told this to Nate and other Giants fans 1,000 times off the air. I think the two best fits for the Giants, for their ownership, for their system, for Dable, is Shador or Ewers. I think Cam Ward likes to improvise. Dable likes keeping things kind of honed in. When he took over with Josh Allen, he kind of wheeled Josh Allen in and made him a little more, I guess, less wild. Cam Ward's best trait is his confidence and his improvisation. Antonio Pierce is just going to tell him, dude, go do what you got to do. Win us games.
I think it's
my boy Hector Snows, what's up? Tommy freaking Cutlets. But we got to get moving on this. But yeah, so
what are you saying, Matty? I thought Matty's been meaning to talk for a while. We keep cutting him off. Yeah, Matty.
I think it's funny how oh man, I just lost track of what I was going to say. So I'll just
God damn it, Jared.
Oh no, I think it's funny how you give Drew Lock $5 million to back up, and you just throw Tommy right in there. But you know what? Let's break it down. Tommy DeVito is 4-5.
Garbage can franchise.
Okay. No, is he the franchise guy? No.
I got one more thing after Matty.
For the Giants' sake, if they want a top quarterback in this draft, I think it was actually probably better to keep rolling with Jones, because I think Jones is going to ensure you're going to lose at least another 5 games. Tommy DeVito could come in there. Tommy DeVito could come in there and swing you another 4 or 5 wins maybe, and you're going to fall back into picking like 9.
And then you're getting like a Carson back.
That's the thing. You would need.
Yeah.
Oh, is that Xfinity remote?
No, look, listen, Matt. I'm telling you, if I saw Jones in that field against Tampa, this right here, I would rather be shot with a BB gun right here than see Jones under center.
It's California.
You're gonna ruin the Phillies. You can't do that.
I know.
No,
but I'm saying,
they're not even allowed to own BB guns out there. All right.
Tommy is my story. He's not the franchise guy.
Yeah, Nate. Matt, finish, please.
No, Tommy DeVito is a good story. He's not the franchise guy. As much as I would love for him to be, I want that to work out for you guys. I just don't see him winning out and like them endorsing him next year. So I think he's going to win some garbage games, get the Giants a later pick, and then they might be taking Carson back.
Is Daniel Jones Sam Bradford?
Yeah, I think Sam Bradford's better than Daniel Jones.
Ooh, okay.
A healthy Sam Bradford might be better than Daniel Jones.
Because he stole money.
Sammy Sleeves? Yeah, no. Sammy Sleeves is so much better than Bradford. I don't know, Danny Jones.
That's all I got. I'm looking at this draft order right now. The Jets are picking 7, which tells me we're getting Carson back, which is going to drive me insane.
I don't think you guys are dumb enough to draft Carson back. All right, moving on. We do have to talk one more headline. Matt brought this up pre-show. Mets are in for what, $50 million over any bid per Juan Soto. Per Michael K.
I could tell you that from the jump. To be honest with you, I knew they're gonna go. I know they're gonna go all in for him. This was my prediction. Initially when he tested for agency, I think he's gonna be a Met. I'm gonna hate that because I gotta live with that. It's like, again, it's like another Jaden Daniels entering in my division. Now I got to live with that. I like Juan Soto. I don't want to root against Juan Soto now. But again, he's not a Met yet. But that's just my prediction. I know they're going to go balls to the wall for him. And especially that's going to be a big influence on Polar Bear Pete, who is my least favorite player in the MLB. That could be a convincing statement. Say, hey, stick around a little bit longer. We got a playmaker. And the Mets are a good team. And I hate saying
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't be able to live with it because my team outbid for Juan Soto. And also, I would have every Mets fan that I know texting me about it. And I would have to listen to it every single day on the sports radio. But the quote that I'm reading was from Michael K. He said, "I've heard from someone in baseball today that Cohen is willing to go $50 million over whatever anybody offers," which I'm not. I mean, Cohen's worth billions, like double-digit billions. So I'm not. It's not surprising.
It lives up to the spectacle.
I bet you Jerry Seinfeld had a hand in this. He probably donated a few million. He said, "Hey,
it's not. It doesn't shock me that the Mets will probably do that." I guess it depends if he wants it. I mean, the Mets looked great last year. Like the way that they finished the second half of baseball, got to the NLCS. So they are proving that even though they don't have a complete team, they still were almost able to get it done. So adding a few more pieces will definitely get them there. But he just spent the whole year with the Yankees. They got to the World Series. I know they didn't win, but he was a key part of why they got there. So I think for both parties, I think Juan Soto knows if he stays in New York with the Yankees, he can definitely get back to the World Series. And the Yankees know if they keep Juan Soto and they build a little more around him, that they can actually win the World Series. So I think both parties got to get this done, the Yankees and Juan Soto wise, but it's going to be it's going to be the second biggest contract.
There's 4 teams I heard that's in it. New York, Yankees, Mets, Red Sox, Dodgers are the 4 teams.
I also heard Blue Jays.
Blue Jays would be an interesting 5.
It'd also be about $750 Canadian because inflation.
Do we have any predictions like wild card teams that could be in on it that we
Diamondbacks 680
mil? Phillies are not going to get them, but Dombrowski said he's going to go over the 3rd threshold, and we got new investors to throw in more money to the payroll.
I don't know why, but Seattle throws it out with me. Him and Rosarina.
If the Diamondbacks do sign Soto, you will film me jumping into the West Haven Beach water
naked
in December. No, not naked. I'll do it. I'll do it compression.
No, you gotta do it naked.
No, compression shorts.
No, if he does it naked, he might get
naked, but with
I'll get arrested. I'm not doing that. All right, we're moving on. We gotta talk football.
What?
All right. I'm pulling rank here. We're talking football. First game of the weekend. I got an inside tip from a diehard Pitt fan. He went to Pitt. And he said to me, he goes, Jared, Pitt's too good of a team this year to upset Clemson. I'm like, really? He goes, we're not bad enough to pull this upset. So in the last minute change, I gave this to Chris. Thank God I did, because Clemson pulled off the win 24-20.
Did anybody hit their upset?
No.
I did. I picked Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to do the Steelers too. I knew it. You know, it's funny. We had the game in our hands. Pitt had the game in our hands, and they just let up a 70-yard rushing touchdown by the quarterback. And the last, not even a mobile quarterback, the last minute of the game. They were down 17-7. I mean, they came back, tied it up. It looked good. I'm like, wow, I just hit the upset of the century. And then I know snooze fest. I know the rest of the game comes back down the other way, 70-yard rush touchdown. I'm in shambles. Actually, I texted my dad because I told my dad, I'm like, I took Pittsburgh today. He said, you're crazy. Clemson's going to beat them. And then I texted him right before the 70-yard rushing touchdown. I said, look what I just did. And then 70-yard rushing touchdown. And he's like, you're a fucking idiot. And I'm like, I know. And then that was it. Love you. Good night. It was
it's okay, because the next game in our 6-pack is where I missed on my upset pick. Ta-da!
Dude, I was iffy on this one too, dude.
Okay, here's the problem: is I thought, like, listen, up until halftime, Tennessee looked like they had it. Like they looked like they were swinging.
Yeah.
And listen, Carson Beck came out in the second half, and we realized I got a dime piece for a girlfriend. I'm the quarterback of one of the best teams in the country. I don't want to be a disappointment. Starts starts leading the field, leading him down the field for touchdown, 31-17. Man, I'm not gonna lie. Georgia's going to be kind of a nuisance in the playoff. They may not win the SEC, but man, they're going to be a pain in the butt to put away.
Yeah, it was a great game. Like you said, at halftime, it was really like I was sweating. I was like, this might be the college game that I missed this week, and then they turned it up in the second half. Georgia's, like you said, Georgia's going to be a pain in the butt. They're not going to win. I don't think they're going to win the whole thing, but they're going to be a pain in the butt in the playoffs. Carson Beck, there's something about Georgia busting out some like Stetson Bennett, Carson Beck type quarterbacks. We'll see how they does in the NFL. Stetson Bennett, I don't even know if he's even on a roster right now. He had all those issues with the Rams.
He might be still at Georgia as like a backup, like a third string. Like
he's on call.
Did you forget about me? And then he comes in when Carson Beck gets hurt, and it's like, dude, you've been in college for 8 years.
Jared's frozen, and he looks like he's like some sort of redneck, like country rap album right now. I don't know.
Yeah. Duck Dynasty.
Lil Duck.
Lil Duck. Lil J. Lil J hates Lil J from Tennessee. He's like a radio caller.
He's buffering.
I know. I will say about this because I guess I'll do my take before he gets back.
We're back. I'm losing my mind because it says that
and it's over.
I'll put you in the box. Don't tempt me.
For what?
This being disrespectful. All right.
Oh my God, dude. What are you, you're my dad now too?
Yeah, call me daddy.
No, screw you, dude. A good podcast.
Pause, man. Damn.
I know.
Pause.
Nate, slap him from California.
That's worse than Cox from Thursday.
Yeah, Jesus.
Sheesh, man.
There's so many jokes about that sentence. Oh my God. All right, anyway, moving on. Missouri 30, South Carolina 34 in one of the best games I watched all weekend, pro or college. Electric Factory. Lanier Sellers is going to win the Heisman next year. Stack your cash now. South Carolina is going to win the SEC. That's my guarantee. This team is stacked, and they're only getting better. Holy smokes, go Cox.
Yeah, sure.
Dude, I was so hyped for this game when South Carolina pulled it through that I went to text you guys. I was like, Cox and caps, all these exclamations, and I sent it to the wrong person. I sent it to my buddy Mike, and then I had to explain to him.
Sansushi?
Yeah. And I had to explain to him.
And not you're like your brother-in-law or something.
Yeah, that's for my mother. But yeah, no, I had to explain to him, hey, I swear on everything that was because of the South Carolina football team.
He'll start laughing.
Yeah, and he was like, nah, it's all right. I had one of those hats in high school. I know you're talking about. He's like, I was just letting you explain yourself. And I was like, as long as we're good. But yeah, no, this is an amazing game. South Carolina squeaked one out. I'll take it. Got me a W in the 6-pack for the week.
I think I hit every game besides my upset. Yeah, I hit every game. Yeah, I hit Carolina, Georgia, Eagles, Bird Gang, Steelers,
Bills,
and Bills. Yeah.
Who would have thought I would have?
I missed on two. I missed on Tennessee, and I missed on.
So I think I'm in second now.
Yeah, you're in second. I'm in third. Nate's or I might be last again. I'm not sure. We'll find out later today.
Go back to square one, Maddie. I'm coming.
Yeah, for now. I'll be back next week. Don't
hey,
worry.
if you win, we can just do a half Flacco Jets and Eagles jersey.
Yeah. I'm pretty hard to put. I'm like a cockroach, man. I'm impossible to kill in this betting thing. You got to put me away.
I might donate my points to charity.
Oh, he froze, but he's still a free.
Look at him. Look at him. He looks like he's about to like hawk a loogie.
Was this wasn't in the 6-pack? Was this somebody's like upset or gimme?
Yeah, no, we didn't do the Mormon game. Also, I didn't see this coming, this upset, because I was all over the Mormons. Not in that way, but you know, I thought they were going to win this game. Kansas is a sneaky team. I remember earlier in the year, there's been a couple times where I'm like, Kansas, could you bet against them? Could you not bet against them? Kansas is a sneaky, frisky, fun team. And that's what I like with college football teams, when they're frisky and fun. When it comes to gambling, because you never know what you're going to get. That's why I like this. I think the spread for this, I think it was like 2.5 plus 2.5 minus 2.5 Mormon's way. So I think, yeah, well, Kansas covered their end. I didn't see this coming, to be honest with you. And also, I didn't really expect to talk about this game, so I just don't know what Jared – I don't know what Jared's going to come in talking about, but I guarantee he's going to say, how about the Mormons? Guarantee it.
I was going to say Kansas's quarterback, the alter ego Jalen Daniels is Jalen Daniels is the quarterback for Kansas. He had a terrible game, 12 of 19, 169 for one interception. And then Retzlaff. The heck is
what is that?
What the hell is
you
even that?
merged like you just came back from a shit.
One of the things I was trying to talk about was the fact that I also put into this not just 6-pack games, but games that were important for the college football landscape. And my Wi-Fi kicked out, and it's stupid because I have 5 bars. Like my Wi-Fi's at full blast right now, but
there you go.
Yeah,
You're a Baja Blast.
Yeah, I'm whatever. BYU goes down. That was my point.
Also, Kansas. I was telling Maddie, Kansas has been like a frisky, fun football team this year.
Exactly.
Like, especially like betting wise, because all of their lines, they have not been a favorite in a lot of their games, and they just continue to cover. So, to anybody who's betting on Kansas or if anybody's been betting on Kansas like this past year, you probably won a lot of money on them. So, congratulations, Chalk Jayhawks.
You know what kills me, Chris, is that right before the Thursday show, my gut was telling me I had 2 upset ideas. It was this game and Tennessee, Georgia. I said, nah, let's go with Tennessee, Georgia. It's a safer bet. The refs have been kind of playing it for BYU all year. It's too early for them to lose. But I put money on a parlay, but I didn't do it for the show. I was mad as hell. I was like, these schmucks from Rocky Talk screwed me.
Yeah, the only reason I took Georgia is because it's not that, but also they lost. They're not making the playoffs.
They are.
If they lost, they would have 3 losses if they lost.
Oh well, no, yes, they're back against the wall, so they need.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's like all like I was hearing McAfee talk about it on Game Day Mornings, which is the greatest thing ever because I love Game Day Mornings. Perfect crew they got there still. It was it. Like it was like do or die. I mean, I think they were ranked 12th. I mean, you got to see the new poll rankings come out, but that was a fun game. The spread I saw throughout the day, it went from 8.5 to 9.5, and I'm like, something's up. Something's up. They're either going to give him a whomping or Tennessee's going to cover, backdoor cover. And then they gave him it was like a 2-score game. I think Georgia ended up winning by, but good for the Dogs. I like the Dogs just because half the Eagles defense played for the Dogs. So,
yeah, that was my mistake. But I mean, at least with this game, like, I think the whole BYU charade, I think out of all the undefeated teams, BYU was my one that was like the most fake. I mean, like, I think Indiana is legit. I think Miami is legit. Army, I think for what they are is legit. So I think it was like BYU. I was waiting for the ball to drop, I guess. But speaking for the ball to drop, the pendulum is swinging for Saquon. Go back to Thursday night. Philadelphia Eagles 8-26, Commanders 18. Chris, we got the dub on Thursday. How was the vibes in the stadium, my friend?
Dude, I'll say this. It was a lot different than what it was for the Falcons game. It was the same. I mean,
you had that college energy back in the stadium.
Yeah, a lot. Because I think the first 3 quarters of that Falcons game, vibes were high. And then 4th quarter came around, and then, like, everybody was like, I was pissed too. But then this game came around, and I'm like, the defense just looked electric. You can tell Fangio's system looks amazing right now. Offense is clicking. A tear came out of my eye during the game. At one point, I had no cell reception. I was going to FaceTime you guys. I thought I was watching heaven right in front of my eyes. Like, this is a special football team. I am so excited.
Are you believing again? Are you finally believing again?
Oh, I believe in this team. I just think there's always things you got to fix as a football team, and they're fixing. They keep progressing. It's like I said, it's going to come down to 2 things, and I stress about this the whole year. It's going to come down to your quarterback, Jalen Hurts,
who's definitely concussed, by the way.
Huh?
That throw he missed to AJ Brown after he got hit, he's definitely concussed.
Oh yeah, and then he went and told Scott Van Pelt,
Yeah,
aren't you from Maryland, or Virginia, which is hilarious. And then it's going to come down to Sirianni not being a bonehead. Get the points. But he did. He
was
did
good this week.
He did.
This week. He's good against Dallas.
I think Elliott's he hasn't kicked the football in so long that he's just like, I'm not used to
a little rust. Yeah, no, honestly, that was my thinking too.
It's all right. And we got the win. It was an important division win. We're up 2 games now. That's a big comfort zone because the Commanders haven't had a bye yet. So that's huge. They have a bye week 14, I think, because I have Scary Terry in every league. Got locked down by Quintana Mumbai, and
best corner in the NFL.
I think by the end of the year, me and you have to get down the Cooper DeJean CB1 song. Did you see it yet? You've seen it? Yeah, we're gonna have to sing that.
It starts off with Steve Harvey going, "Y'all want some white cornerback? Where are he at?"
Yeah, him and Reed Blankenship, dude.
Bro,
that's the jerseys we get, dude.
Exciting whites, man. Exciting whites.
Exciting whites, dude. What an odd Instagram post and a T-shirt.
I love it.
That's great.
Also, can we also talk about the fact that Reed Blankenship, like sneakily, is like one of the best deep cover safeties in the league?
He's a hawk, dude. I mean,
he's got to be top 10, top 15 in picks since his first
start.
Got
4
against Rodgers. Well, he's got 4 this year, but last year he had a couple. He had like 2 or 3 in 2022. Yeah. He's like a good deep safety. You know what the thing is? He is great when he has a kind of a rangy kind of thumper with him. This case, it's a guy like CJGJ or a Sidney Brown. That's where he plays well with, or Marcus Epps. Shout out to the boy Marcus Epps. We love Marcus Epps.
I don't think CJGJ is all the way there. Just ever.
I think CJGJ. I think Vic has realized if they let him run around like a rabid dog around the field and just do whatever the hell he wants, that's when he's at his best. CJGJ is elite at being a nuisance, being the last guy to make the stick. Jumping passes on the deep ball, being around the box, tackling a guy by his shoestrings. He excels. He is one of the biggest. He is the Pat Bev of the NFL. He finds ways to instigate, and he's a surgeon at it. Perfect. They let him go around like a rabid animal and just do what he does best, cause problems for the offense. And I think once they realize they can do that, have Blankenship run combo coverages, let Q just lock dudes down, let DeJean kind of be that kind of flowing nickel guy. Because DeJean is one of the best nickel corners in the league this year. You watch the tape, he makes the Jamar Chase tackle, by the way, when he on that jet sweep that he stopped or whatever the screen was a couple weeks ago against the Bengals.
I can't believe I missed that. I was on my way back. I ended up seeing it eventually.
I know. So I was waiting for a text from you that I realized you were traveling.
Yeah, I was in the middle of Virginia, stuck in the
I know. I'm sorry, buddy.
No, you're good. I mean, it was a great game.
Every time I see DeJean, I think of you, pal. So.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Well, because you and me were arguing. You and me were arguing in the on Blankenship. You're DeJean. I love it.
Oh, we got it. Yeah.
We got it. Okay, you know what? So listen, hey, Chrissy, if we end up pulling off the impossible and doing what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about? I will get a Blankenship jersey. You'll get a DeJean jersey, okay?
Oh, dude, I'm in.
And regardless of where you're at, you will come back to the show and we'll rock them together.
Natty gets a Britton Covey.
Yes! Our kick returner.
Covey.
Or Nate gets a Jake Elliott, dude. We're in. What a podcast.
Chicken Little, baby.
Let's go.
Dude, I love Jake Elliott. Yo, honestly, I blame myself. I accidentally had to drop him in fantasy a couple weeks ago when he was on bye, and a couple dudes picked him up. A couple leagues picked him up. I wasn't able to get him back. Usually I stash him, but in a lot of leagues I'm in, like I have a lot of good bench players. So I lost Elliott. Ever since I lost him, he hasn't been the same kicker. So I think I blame myself for Elliott's struggles.
Yeah, it's hard parting ways with if you have somebody on your team.
I love Jake Elliott. You know, I like Jake Elliott because up until this season, he is a sniper from 50 out. Everyone's like, oh, Justin Tucker. I'm like, Jake Elliott is that. But listen, Bates from the Lions. Oh, all right, we got to move on once Matt gets back. But we can start the other Pennsylvania team.
I was literally about to bring that up. Speaking of kickers, Chris Boswell, 6 field goals.
Chris Boswell 18. I should have changed it. Chris Boswell 18. Ravens.
Yeah, it should have been Ravens
right?
versus Chris Boswell.
Okay,
like
so the thing is, for those of you who didn't understand what was going on, I had to listen to this game while I was changing the oil in my truck. My girl, she's thirsty. That's 8 quarts of oil. That's putting the truck up on the lift, getting underneath. Her name's Ivy Jade. You didn't know that? My truck's named Ivy Jade.
That's a beautiful name.
Oh, she's green, so it makes sense.
There you go.
Yeah, so my green Silverado that takes 8 quarts of oil. It's insane. Anyway, so most regular cars take 3 or 4. Got all that 5.3 LS. Anyway, so I'm listening to this game. I'm getting the play-by-play. And it sounds depressing and boring and slugfesty. And I was saying to myself, this is old school Ravens Steelers football. This is like back when I was a kid, when they had Big Ben versus Ray Lewis, Ed Reed versus Palamalu, Hines Ward versus freaking Jamal Lewis. Like this was the rivalry I remember as a kid.
It's great. The Steelers are
nasty. Also, Lamar's 1-5 now against the Steelers.
Yeah, I saw that stat. I'm like, it's gonna be hard for me to.
That's like Burrow against the Browns.
His one win was against Mason Rudolph, by the way.
Yeah, was Doc Hodges
old helmet head himself.
Do you remember when Myles Garrett ripped his helmet off?
That's why I called him helmet head, because he still has a dent from Myles Garrett's helmet on his noggin.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now he's tearing it up as the backup for the Titans. I will say this though, dude. Danger Russ has these boys believing. It is. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, the Steelers. So if you really want them, I just got to take here before we move on to Matt. Before I'll let Matt talk about this game quick. AFC to me. Way to go, Buffalo. They're 1. The Kansas City Complainers are 2. 3, I'll put Pittsburgh, and then 30 feet of shit. Then the Houston Texans, and that's all the wildcard teams. And so that's how I rank the AFC right now. Honestly, Pittsburgh, because of their defense and the fact that Russ can play good football, they've got Najee and Warren running the ball. They got Mike Williams might be the pickup of the deadline nobody's talking about. He's a perfect complement for George Pickens. I love the combination.
Also, I just want to note that George Pickens is the most entertaining NFL player in the country.
I texted my cousin a compilation of his moments on the field because my cousin doesn't watch football much, but he has him on 2 of his fantasy teams. I'm like, I want you to understand who George Pickens is and why he's one of my favorite humans on the planet. And there's a reason we call him NFL young boy. That is a real thing.
Yeah, dude. He'll just
tackle. On his draft is like this.
Dude, he'll just tackle. Even the Commanders game,
he dropped a people's elbow on somebody in the Commanders game.
Yeah, dude. I think Russ threw a pick and then he went after the cornerback.
My favorite was against the Cowboys after the last interception. We threw the dude down by his face mask. I was like,
Oh, he just pulls him,
chucked him to the ground. See, like, George Pickens is a menace. I love it. The Steelers have to have one menace in society every couple years. I love it.
I love it. But if the Ravens had a little bit of offense, Steelers lose that game.
Oh yeah, no. This comes to my next point. Thank you. Ravens defense played well.
Yeah. Patrick Queen, rags to riches, forced fumble.
Yeah.
Me and Maddie now. LSU alum, terrible football program now, but yeah, he's a beast. I think Mike Tomlin had a quote after the game. He said, let me see Mike Tomlin's comment. I think he said one man's garbage is another man's treasure, and he was referring to Patrick Queen signing with the Steelers, which is pretty hard. And I like Mike Tomlin a lot. So he's actually, outside of me rooting for Sirianni, I think he's my favorite coach in this league. He's just awesome.
So the Yinzers beat the crab meat. All right, Maddie, any thoughts on Ravens Steelers before I make something else inappropriate?
Crab meat's good, dude.
Crab meat is delicious.
Yeah. No, I think this really shows just the way that Russell Wilson is playing with the Steelers and just how he played the last 2 years at Denver. I think this just goes to show how good of a coach Mike Tomlin is. I don't think he gets the appreciation enough. A lot of people like to get on him because, for whatever the reason is, man's never had a losing season in his like almost 20-year career with the Steelers, and he's making Russ Wilson look like the closest thing to Seattle Russ Wilson that you can think of. I mean, Russ is back to throwing absolute bombs that just drop, like literally like drop like a bomb right into the receiver's hands. No, I mean, this was more entertaining of a game than the score shows. It was just a defensive showdown. Some missed kicks is what really did it for the Ravens. But overall, Chris Boswell is that guy, and Mike Tomlin is that guy as well. And he's got everybody just playing hard, and Russell Wilson looks like he's back to his normalish self. And I stand by what I said. I know the Bills beat the Chiefs, but I stand by what I said. If anybody can beat the Chiefs in the playoffs in a meaningful game like the AFC Championship, it's going to be the Steelers, in my opinion.
I hope it is. I honestly, I hope the Chiefs. I mean, the Chiefs. Well, I don't know who's going to get the 1 seed.
It's going to be. We'll talk about next. I'm telling you right now.
People forget you also have Russ Wilson in the playoffs, who's been to 2 Super Bowls. He knows what success. He's won one of them. He knows what success was like. He knows what it takes to get there. He knows what it takes to win. I think people sleep on the fact that he just had 2 bad years in Denver.
Technically, only 1.
Yeah, I mean, last year wasn't bad. I mean, he was playing well. He had them in a winning record in wild card hunt, and they benched him because he didn't want to take a pay cut.
The problem is he has Sean Payton as a coach. That was the issue.
Sean Payton's a doofus.
Yeah.
You know, right now, I'm not going to lie. Bo Nix has got him cooking.
We're a podcast of believers, right? We're believers. I'm a believer.
I don't believe.
Are you?
I'm becoming a believer. I was a skeptic.
Yes, of him, yes, not in general.
I'm believing that Bo can compete. Also, they almost beat the Chiefs, so cool. I'm believing.
I have nothing to smile about. I'm a Jets fan.
It's okay, buddy. We still love you. All right, we're moving on. Sunday night game last night. Sensational.
What hitters?
Sensational game last night.
Cursed.
I was hyped because
Beyond
I had
cursed.
Justin Herbert, and I also had Gus the Bus Edwards, and I was loving it. Also, like the more touches that Gus Edwards gets from John Harbaugh, the more and more I watch the guy who's behind me in the standing, who has J.K. Dobbins. I'm like, excellent. Him and Tajay Spears keep jacking carries from the 2 guys behind me in the standings, and I'm like, yes, sir. All right, but as much as I love talk about my fantasy league that makes no sense with that me and Kevin are involved in, and of course cousin Drewski, everyone knows my famous cousin. This game was fun. Okay, first of all, Jamar Chase is a damn animal. This dude is on. You cannot cover him. It's not that Drewski.
No, I thought it was that Drewski. I was like, that is insane.
He's a skinny white boy.
Why is he never on the podcast?
He's a skinny white boy with like super thick black hair, not a
close enough.
Yeah, height wise, I think they're the same height actually.
There you go. Yeah, that's all, man.
Yeah, but they're totally different people. This dude's never watched
literally.
Or no, he has.
Widowy
kitten. All right, here we go. So,
Jesus.
I said, "Here we go." Dak Prescott reference. All right,
here we go. We
suck
again. We can't believe we just said that.
Chargers.
My bad, Dak. My bad.
The Chargers. First of all, Quentin Johnston. I love this, right? I love the NFL comeback story that this kid is turning into. Another game with a touchdown. He has become a good deep threat for Justin Herbert. I'm believing. Okay, so here's the deal. Maddie, don't look now. The Chargers, I believe, only have 2 or 3 losses, and
I believe they're 7-3.
7-3. And last time I checked, the Chiefs have a rough schedule coming up.
Who they got?
Ooh. What a lot of people, including I don't remember what I had predictions for the Chargers. I think I thought they were going to win like 8 games, which they're going to surpass that.
Yeah, I will admit, Chargers, I will stand on the mountain and say I was wrong about the Chargers.
Oh yeah, I was way wrong.
I was wrong too.
Okay, so who they have coming up? They have the Meme Bowl. I thought it was going to be. Listen, I would have loved for Buffalo to lose because then the Carolina Panthers upsetting them would have been the funniest thing of all time. But no, they do have the Chargers. They also have Houston. They have Pittsburgh. They have Denver. It's a lot. It's a decent amount of games. By the way, the Chargers needed to have so many guys injured. That's how they beat them the first time. I have a feeling the Houston Texans will heat up by this point. Pittsburgh's going to be fighting for a division title, and Denver's fighting for a wild card. That's 3 possible losses right there.
Looking at the schedule, though, I mean, what I'm seeing is that the Chiefs could either go at worst 14-3 or 15-2, which I don't know what the Chargers are.
I'll say 13-4 is their worst.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It's fair. Because they could definitely lose to Houston, Pittsburgh, and the Chargers, and maybe Denver. So I'll take that. that's fair.
Yeah, 13-4, I think, is their floor. I don't like the Chargers' schedule is not bad either. It's last time I checked out, I think besides the Chiefs, I think they'll have one more playoff. I think it's the Chiefs and Broncos, the only 2 playoff teams that to their on their schedule.
Wednesday, Christmas Day, they're playing the Pittsburgh, and it's 10 a.m. on Netflix.
It's West Coast. Remember, Nate's in California.
Yeah, dude, it threw me off.
All right. So next week we have Monday Night Football, Ravens Chargers, awesome game. Then Chargers Falcons, Chargers Chiefs. Oh my God, the Chargers schedule is brutal. Chargers Chiefs, then Chargers Bucks, Chargers Broncos, but then they finish it with Chargers Patriots and Chargers Raiders. I don't know, man. I thought the Chargers
10-7 or 11-6.
Yeah, I see 11-6 at best.
Still,
I see 12-5. That's.
Listen, I think if you really break this down, they entered the year with J.K. Dobbins as a number 1 running back, which no disrespect to him, but he hasn't been healthy in like 3 years since he came into the league. And the fact that your number 1 tight end is Will Dissly, and you had Quentin Johnson coming off of an atrocious year, and you had Jalen
Reagor has a couple long catches for you. They're just fair parts.
I think 11 wins for this Chargers team is probably about 5 more than what a lot of people thought they were going to have.
You know what? And honestly, they're going to be a pain in the butt to put away in the playoffs too.
Oh yeah. No, listen, Herbert was the best fantasy pickup for me for this week. He got me 24 points. I benched Geno, got me 15, and because of Herbert, I am currently beating my opponent by 0.8 points, and he has nobody, and I have Mixon. I've already won. I can just sit back and relax.
Mixon fumbles and then gets hurt.
Let me let me check our leagues. I have not checked that.
Well, we're going to do standings tomorrow, but I believe I'm playing you. Who am I playing this week?
You're playing me. I'm supposed to win by 80.
Dude, I don't. Your team is beat so Nate freaking
loaded. I had 2 guys on a bye during the games, and I forgot to set my lineup, and then the app notified me. So thank you, Sleeper app. I can't believe I had Goffense on the bench. I played Brock Clock.
I'm beating Nate.
I got CJ Stroud tonight. Oh, Drake London and Aaron Jones laid goose eggs for me.
I still got Mixon to play. You got a chance, Jared.
Pickens. What?
You got a chance. I still got Mixon to play, but you got Stroud and Fairbairn. You need 100.
So basically, I need Fairbairn to hit like 5 extra points and bang about.
The only reason why my team is insane is because I have Burrow and Chase, and they're like Shaggy and Scooby.
Just broken.
Just broken, dude. They're like they're like Driftstick.
Okay. We do have to talk about one more game. Any other thoughts on Bengals Chargers before we go?
Lad McConkey is that dude.
Bengals season's over. Kind of sucks.
Yeah, I've been telling the friggin' Jets for like 5 years to go get Jim Harbaugh, and they didn't listen to me.
Did you send them like nasty DMs? I would have.
The only thing I didn't do was pay for a banner to get flown over their stadium, like when they wanted to fire.
Oh yeah, like you should have got like one of those what are those blimps? You should get like a blimp. Yeah. To hire.
Should have got the billboard right by the practice facility.
There you go.
That was pretty sick.
Speaking of epic games, the title of today's show, nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. 30-21, the final score. Josh Allen was possibly one of the best plays of the year, that 30-yard scamper to ice the game. Mahomes throwing some picks. And
it looked a little Mahomey.
The Chiefs looked very human yesterday.
They look
There's
like
no reason why Travis Kelce should have only have had 2 catches for 8 yards that entire game.
They were double, triple covering him the entire game. He's burned them in the past. They were not letting that happen again.
I will say this. I always think the Bills are overrated. I am an advocate of that. But I think this is the year. If they play in the playoffs, I think the Bills are going to beat them. Also noted, Bills are 9-2?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
9 plus 2 is 11. They won 9 out of the last 11. Sean McDermott made a speech last year about 9/11.
That was actually an old speech.
Stop it.
Stars are aligning. Also, not my words. I did see that on Twitter, so I thought that was insane. That's the weirdest coincidence of all time. But no, everything's clicking with them. Josh Allen is insane.
Best quarterback in football right now.
Yeah, he's the MVP favorite, if I'm not mistaken right now. I think he just topped Lamar. I think the top 3 they have right now is Josh Allen, Saquon, and Derrick Henry. They have Saquon at 2.
Running backs making a comeback. Let's go.
Yeah, dude, the problem is, though, if McCaffrey didn't get it last year.
I would love for Saquon. But Saquon and Henry are putting up stats McCaffrey didn't even touch last year.
Yeah, but also McCaffrey was like one of the only mainly standout players from last year. But
I mean, you know what? If Derrick Henry didn't get it, if Derrick Henry never got it for the 2,000 plus yards that he's had in 2 different seasons, I think it was. I don't think he's gonna get.
Did Adrian Peterson get it for that 2012 season? Oh, he did get it. He did. Okay, cool. Now it's
he gave it to JJ Watt too. I think one time.
Really?
JJ Watt was who lost out to him in 2012.
I thought he had it one time.
Anyway,
player of the year.
So Bills defense look great. The Bills, Mark Cooper is fitting in perfectly in that offense. They're only going to get better. They're only going to get better as they get Keon Coleman back as another weapon. Dude, I'm telling you right now, the Bills are my Super Bowl pick for the AFC, and I think I believe they might be playing a certain NFC team of the avian variety.
I will believe the Bills are a Super Bowl team when I see it. I've seen a choke artist job the last I don't know how long with that team.
I don't know, man, dude. The vibe of the game, it just felt different. Yesterday watching the game, like they were little brothering. They were little brothering them the entire time.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I watched the whole game, but I missed the Josh Allen play because I was upstairs, taking a dump.
Hey, you didn't bring your phone with you to watch it?
I had it on the charger and I didn't. Well, I was streaming it. I was streaming it on the NFL or through my my cable. I was streaming it from my phone to add it on AirPlay, and I was streaming it on the TV, so I couldn't really do anything with my phone. So I was upstairs, dropping a grumper, and I come back down, and then I see Josh Allen hugging everybody, and I'm like, "Is this what heaven's like?" And then I didn't wipe yet, so I had to run back upstairs, wipe, come back down, and then the game was over, and I'm like, "Great." That was the final 3 minutes of the game. Pants to my ankles, running upstairs like Butters. Just,
Matt, I love you giving a straight face during this.
It was a bad wipe, dude. It was like wiping peanut butter out of a carpet.
Okay, stop it, please.
Struggling.
People are eating watching this show, probably.
Probably, yes. Oh, it is dinner time.
All right.
On the West Coast. Sorry, Nate.
All right. I apologize for Chris's graphic descriptions.
Sorry, dude, that's what happened.
But I will say this. This game was awesome. The NFL delivered this Sunday. I am actually very happy because, usually the NFL has kind of given us some crappy slates lately. Sensational games out of Pittsburgh, out of Buffalo, out of Los Angeles. But, gentlemen, there are other games we got to talk about. I'm going to do a quick little 2-minute drill style rundown of the rest of the games on the schedule so we can kind of put them to bed. So, Lions dismantle the Jaguars
Juggernaut.
52-6.
Juggernaut.
Woo! Brutal. Rams Patriots, surprisingly a better game than we thought. Patriots are playing very good football. Just need more weapons. Browns Saints. Taysom Hill is a monster. I'm really regretting dropping him last week.
Does this once a year.
One game every year. Jets and Colts. Matt, I'll let you circle back to that one, but both team seasons are over, so I mean, really, this was just kind of Anthony Richardson's comeback game, I guess. Vikings Titans in one of the worst games I've ever watched in my life, but hey, Will Levis for an 8-yard touchdown. Also, screw you, Vikings, for not getting Aaron Jones more carries. Raiders Dolphins, fun. Brock Bowers 2 touchdowns. Rookie of the year candidate for offense.
We got 3 right now.
Dolphins 34, Raiders 19. Bears
Dolphins
Packers.
might be back.
Who?
Dolphins might be back, dude.
They got a lot of work to do.
What are they?
They've beaten too bad. They've beaten 2 very bad teams. Let's be honest.
They're what? A game out of 500.
Yeah, but I'm not saying
football.
They're 4-6.
4-6, 2 games. Could be frisky fun football.
They've beaten 2 bad teams.
All right.
Here it is. They have the Packers in 2 weeks on Thursday Night Football. They have to go to the Texans and they have the 49ers.
Where's that game at? Packers game.
Packers game is in Lambeau.
Oh, that's not happening. They can't play in the cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I regret what I said.
Yeah. So the thing is, the winnable games are they got to go to Cleveland. Oh, Cleveland in January. They got to go to New York.
Talk about Lions.
What?
You talk about Lions?
No, I'm talking about the Dolphins. Because he's saying Dolphins are back. I'm like, no, they're not.
Dolphins.
Dolphins
aren't doing anything. Bills are going to choke in one of the games.
Dolphins are 8-9 at best. That is their top. That's the top of the record. Anyway, moving back, we still got 15 minutes left. I still got 3 more things to touch on. All right, Packers Bears. The doink is back, baby.
Yeah, I can't believe that.
Poor Bears.
Oh my God, poor Bears. No,
they haven't beat the Packers since 2018.
They wasted.
I don't feel bad for Bears fans. I don't.
They're honest to kind of know.
I don't because you should expect this at this point.
Yeah, I mean, listen, DeAndre Swift had a good touchdown. I guess I don't know. There's not really much to celebrate.
Okay, DJ Moore might be back too. So
yeah, true. Packers are of all the NFC contenders, I think are the least contender of the contenders. If that makes sense.
Jordan Love. That touchdown at the end was pretty sick.
Also, Christian Watson, I'm so happy I picked him up in 3 or 4 fantasy leagues because he's clearly your Love's favorite target.
I started the wrong one. I had Romeo Doubs, 1 catch, 17 yards.
Yeah, I think Romeo Doubs is now turned into the Jahan Dotson of the Packers, where he's going to get 1 grab for 20 yards. I think it's gonna be Watson and Reed from now on.
You know, it's funny. After he got his first catch for 17 yards, I texted my buddy. I said, "You might get smoked today," and then he didn't have a catch.
You gotta learn to hold your trigger on throwing out those.
They bite me so hard, dude. And then he texted me. I think I'm supposed to lose by 100, and he said, "Good game. Get you next time. You'll get me next time." And I said, "Damn."
Speaking of rough, man. Whoo! Falcons 6-38 to the Dolphins. Oh my God!
They're cutting onions.
Just an ass whooping. Bro, 4 touchdown passes, 300 yards passing. Oh my God, just an absolute ass whooping. I don't even know what other way to put it. It just looked brutal.
What game is this?
This is Broncos Falcons.
Oh yeah, that was a whopping.
That was a whooping. Speaking of putting guys to sleep, shout out to my dog Chino. 20-17, they beat the 49ers. Let's go.
Did you guys? Somebody uploaded.
Seahawks back, baby. Seahawks chase.
It's the greatest edit I've ever seen on Twitter. Somebody uploaded the end of a Full House episode. They're all watching TV, and they had the audio of that game when Gino scored, and they're all sad looking at the TV, and it just has the executive producer's name, and it's just like a cutout of it's just an aerial shot of the Golden Gate Bridge.
Great.
I'll have to send it in the chat, dude. It was somebody sent it to me. I was dying.
I love it. Yeah, no, shout out to my dog Gino, man. I'm a huge, as Matt can contest this, I'm a huge Geno Smith comeback stan. Like, I love that he is doing what he's doing. And obviously, we talked about Chiefs and Bills. Matt, if you want a couple seconds, I do have a last call to touch on in about in a couple minutes. It's basketball related. But if you want to quickly touch on the Jets and Colts, now is your time, my friend.
Yeah, why not? I mean, the Jets are out here making Anthony Richardson look like a prime Cam Newton right there, which is just absolutely insane to me. This just continues to be the most embarrassing season in Jets franchise history. Like, I'm going back to the Rich Kotite era where they were like 1-15. The fact that this team is 3-8 and they have the star power that they have on both offense and defense on the side of the ball, it's just absolutely embarrassing that you aren't even remotely in conversation for a wild card. And I think it's safe to say the Rodgers experiment failed. I mean, even if you bring him back next year and the experiment hasn't failed, you need a whole new coaching staff. I mean, I was already hearing rumors that Joe Douglas might actually just walk at the end of the year and go back to the Ravens because his contract expires at the end of this year. So they don't even have to fire him. He could just decide not to renew it. So it's just a dumpster fire season. And I'm just looking at this graphic. Since 1999, the Jets have had 7 different general managers. They have had 9 different head coaches and 13 different quarterbacks for starting week 1 of the season. And they cannot get it right. The Woody Johnson era of ownership of football could be one of the worst ownership eras in the history of the NFL. The Jets are an embarrassment. They are currently projected to pick 7 in the draft. For the love of everything, if you don't go quarterback, it's because Aaron Rodgers has fixed Jordan Travis and he is the next coming of Patrick Mahomes or something. But other than that, go get Cam Ward, go get Shedeur Sanders, go get Quinn Ewers, whatever it takes.
Do you think?
Yes.
There's my question.
Whatever you're going to say. It's a yes.
Answer.
What are you going to say?
See how easy that is? What a smooth podcast.
What was your question?
I think you already answered it. Or do you want to go out and draft the QB this year? And you answered literally right before. Actually, didn't click it. You said that. And then I was about to ask a question. You said yes. And I'm like, okay, question answered. Hit me with the fair enough.
I'm not upset if they don't if Rodgers comes back next year. I am perfectly fine with them not taking a quarterback in the first round, only because we have Jordan Travis, and I know he's not hurt. I know he's still recovering from his injuries, but if he can have at least 2, he's got this year. If he can have next year as well under Aaron Rodgers to learn, I mean, you saw the success Jordan Love had learning from Rodgers.
I'll tell you this. I think the unfortunate part was him tearing his Achilles, because you could have had a whole year of evaluation on Aaron Rodgers and the team before coming into this year and firing Saleh. Like, it might have worked well last year with Saleh. See, the good thing is it could be Rodgers just hurt. It could be like he's just old. The offense ain't clicking or the defense ain't clicking. It's just like I don't know what's up with the Flying High Jets.
He's dealing with an ankle sprain. He's got a bum knee right now. He's got multiple injuries he is playing through, and that is wearing him down.
They look out of sorts.
Yeah, they look defeated. They look like they know they're 3-8.
Like, yeah. I definitely think I cannot stand it, dude. I seriously think they should go out and draft a QB. I think any one of these top 4 guys I think are going to be, they don't have to be off the bat amazing, but something's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then we go to this crappy game. Battle. Oh, hold on. Do I have a Holcomb hat? Nah, it's upstairs.
We do have to talk about this game, the Battle of Texas.
Welcome.
So, Christy, we'll start off with you. First touchdown prediction.
I don't like this game at all because there's a backup quarterback playing and the Texans stink. But if I had to pick, I'm going to go Rico Dowdle.
Ooh.
Running back, Dallas Cowboys.
I'll throw my hat in the ring. Give me Nico Collins.
Comeback game. Okay.
Playing tonight.
Is
Give me
he playing
Nico
tonight?
Collins on a deep shot. That Cowboys secondary is looking a little sketchy. So
I can see that. Where's the game at?
and it's in Jerry World, so it's an automatic home game for the Texans.
Jerry World? All right.
I am a man about insane odds that probably aren't going to hit, but they might just hit.
Give me John Mechie.
No, my prediction is going to be way wrong, but if it's right, I'm going to be the most genius human being ever. Give me Cooper Rush running the ball in to start it off.
Wow.
It's not going to happen.
Little push Jackson there.
That's Cooper Sharp.
I wonder how much like $2 would win that.
Damn, dude.
All right. Let me
buy a Hellcat with that money.
Do the Texans cover? We'll go around the horn here. I say they do. Matt?
I think so, yes.
Christian, sorry.
Okay.
No.
Producer Nate, Texans cover? All righty. All right. I think keys to the game tonight are pretty simple. If Stroud can get the ball out quickly away from that pass rush, they can utilize Joe Mixon and Damian Pierce in the run and get the ball downfield to our boy Nico Collins and John Mechie. I think this should be okay. Tank Dell also. So I think the biggest key is Texans just got to play their football game and they'll come out with the win here.
I'll tell you why the Cowboys are going to cover tonight is because there's no sun.
Ooh, yes.
It's a night game. So don't get blinded by the lights.
The sun affects both teams there, big dog.
It does. It was just a funny excuse coming from the Cowboys.
God, I loved it. I loved the fact that they asked Kellen Moore about it. He's like, yeah.
And realistically, for me, the reason why I think they're going to cover is, and maybe probably not going to win, but maybe win the game is because they're due to win eventually. Like they've just been ice cold. Like they're going to win one, and then Dallas is going to get their little we might be back.
We back. Cooper Rush, get him a contract.
We them boys. And then lose by 40 next week, and we're back to square one.
Well, I think so. Here's the thing: is next week they got the Giants on Thanksgiving. That's gonna be
fun.
No, sorry. It's 2 weeks from now. It's 2 weeks from now. So next week from Thursday is Giants Cowboys and Thanksgiving. That game is now turned into an epic matchup of Tommy DeVito versus Cooper Rush.
That's
totally here for it.
Oh my God, that's like Jason Pierre-Paul losing additional fingers due to a firework accident. Like that's what the Cowboys and Giants on Thanksgiving is.
Thank God that's during dinner time, because if I had to watch that game,
I'm not trying to be whatever, but I'd rather get that game out of the way. I'd rather get
I'm looking forward to Lions Bears might get ugly.
The Lions stink on Thanksgiving, don't they? Oh, slam the Bears.
I am totally slamming the Lions. I think this is the year
they finally win on Thanksgiving.
That the Danimal wins on Thanksgiving.
The Animals, I like that.
Cooper Rush is plus 4,500 to score the first touchdown of the game today.
That's insane.
Slam it.
All right. We got about 2 minutes left here. So anything other thoughts on this game?
No. Can I do
don't think Dallas has a chance.
What's your quick point there, Chris?
It's about our LSU Tigers.
Oh, because I was going to talk about an NBA trade.
I was going to say we got Bryce Underwood. And
there it is.
Carry Underwood,
the number one quarterback.
I hate Brian Kelly, but we can't sack him because we'll owe him $60 million. That's all I got.
Thank God for Kerry.
He signed a decade contract with us. I hate him.
Decade contract.
Seriously, to 2031.
Oh yeah. So the meme of matchups by Thanksgiving. Before I talk this NBA trade for a minute, Bears Lions, Giants Cowboys, Dolphins Packers. The memes. Let them begin. This is the worst slate of Thanksgiving games I've ever seen in my life. Oh my God. But hey, at least in the Black Friday. Nope, never mind. It's Raiders Chiefs.
I hope I'm working. I hope I'm working.
Oh my Lord! I might actually volunteer to work.
Have a wedding that day.
If I might try to see if somebody wants to pick me up for a 1 day work shift, because I'm like
I might ask my boss schedule me 24 hours throughout Thanksgiving so I can miss those football games.
Hey, at least the Sunday games don't look terrible. You got Eagles, Ravens, you got Steelers, Bungles, you got Chargers, Falcons, and I think there's one more good one. Yeah, 49ers, Bills. There's like 3 very good games on Sunday at least. So there's that.
Oh, I saw something. There's 3 more teams on Juan Soto.
I would assume half the league has to be
I'm assuming Padres.
No.
Ooh,
Giants.
Oh God.
Giants, Phillies, which we're not going to get them again, and Tampa Bay Rays.
That does not go with any. They just lost their stadium. How can they afford them?
Rays.
I think it's a smoke screen.
They're going to pay them in stadium revenue.
Tampa's going to offer him 12 years, $120 million.
Yeah,
you could turn his contract into Bitcoin like Odell Beckham.
Tampa Bay Rays will sign Juan Soto, trade half the team, and win 82 games
and not make the playoffs. All right.
Yeah.
Last call time. I usually don't talk about basketball this early in the season. Not really my thing. The NBA Cup started, but I was like, I still don't get it or understand it or care about it. But there is something I've been noticing. A very big trade happened right before the season. If you don't know about it, we talked about it on the show ad nauseum. DiVincenzo and Randall went to the Timberwolves. Cat went to the Knicks. As of right now, both teams have winning records. Cat leads the Knicks in scoring and rebounding at 26 and I think 11. And Randall is second on the Timberwolves in scoring, I think third in rebounds. And something stuck out to me because I was talking, I heard him on Pardon My Take. He stopped by to talk to the boys about being on Minnesota. And then I see Cat, and he's very upbeat, very happy, very optimistic. Usually, like, you can tell how a guy's vibe is about a team by how much they bring it up. Cat looks like he's at home in New York. Rarely I think this is going to be one of those rare trades where it works out amazing for both teams. I think Cat is at home in New York. I think he loves the vibes there. I think he's a perfect complement to Brunson. I do think they might bite him in the butt in the playoffs when Cat tends to do his best Houdini act. I think Randall, who is just a dog, works perfectly for Edwards as a sidekick. And in this way, the pressure of being the number one like he had in New York is gone. He can sit. He doesn't have to be the number 2 sometimes because, you have McDaniels, Nas Reed, whatever. Very interesting to see that one of the last trades of the offseason might be the one where both teams end up winning. I think Timberwolves and Knicks will both be playoff teams. I think the Timberwolves may win the trade in the end because I think Randall is the perfect. You guys know I've been calling for Julius Randle to go to the Timberwolves for years. So
I've been calling for Julius Randle on my team for centuries. I noticed how good the dude was with the Knicks for years now.
Well, I was saying because I called for this trade last year. I said, like, listen, we should trade Cat and a draft and get Randall a draft pick. And I was kind of right. I didn't think it was DiVincenzo, but I was kind of like, oh, Randall, get Randall to the Timberwolves. And, happened a year later. So it's kind of cool. But I guess, like Chris, I guess you're right. I am a sports almanac. Anyway.
I don't really have anything basketball. I'm 2-11. My basketball team is. I hate the Sixers. I think they're my least favorite team in Philly because they're the most frustrating one out of the 4. They just are good at not doing the right things. I don't have much about them. They're losers. I probably will be back like next week when they win like 2 in a row, and then they're gonna lose by like 50 to like the Celtics, and then like I'm back to like I'm a loser. My team sucks. It's just death, taxes, and Sixers basketball.
I love it. I love that analogy. At least, sorry, your team sucks. Hey, at least listen. I do get your.
You got room in Minnesota? I'll hop on the wagon. I honestly, I like Minnesota.
Hop on the Wolves wagon, baby. There's room.
I'm an Ant guy. I love Ant, dude. So
our best player dunks on players and then yells at their fans and gets fined for it.
Him and Embiid were Bulls in the Olympics.
ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Corner Booth Podcast on a Monday. New vibe, new background, new structure. This will obviously get more honed out as we go through. This is kind of a last-minute addition to the show this week. But we'll be back on Thursday for the Corner Booth pregame with a brand new six-pack. Maybe Betso Swagoo makes a return. We also may have a few other little surprises. So just to get that ready. Also, by the way, next week, we'll only have one show. I believe it'll be on Tuesday or Wednesday. We haven't decided yet, but it's one show. It's the Corner Booth pregame podcast. We do both together. It's a 2-hour show. It's long. It's fun. It's crazy. Keep your jokes down. We do it every year. I think it's the 4th year in a row we're combining the two shows together. I think one year was it the year. We've had some funny hijinks with Cruz, with Kevin. I think even JD one year did something crazy. Anyway, it's always a good show. So check it out. Thursday, next Tuesday will be our Corner with the Thanksgiving special. So it should be fun. And yeah, maybe I'll find a turducken for the show.
There you go. Well done.
Shout out, man. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, shout out to our sponsors, Righteous Film, Beef Jerky, promo code BELLYUP for 15% off your purchase at checkout. Cannabis promo code BELLYUP20 for 20% off your purchase at checkout. And SeatGeek, promo code BELLYUP Sports for $20 off your first initial purchase. We hope you guys had an amazing show with us. We will see you guys next week. Thursday and next Tuesday. And yeah, have a great weekend, guys. Also, by the way, a shout out to Luis Gill and Paul Skeens. Both won the NL and AL Rookies of the Year, respectively. Have a great night, guys, and we will catch you later. Peace.
Love you guys.
The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.